Sometimes when you buy somebody a toy, it doesn't work. You can always exchange it for the same toy, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't, but you can't always expect it to work. That's what happened to me when I got this toy for my birthday. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And today in this video, I have a laundry and story time for you guys. As you can see, I'm folding some laundry right now. And today's laundry and story time is going to be the time my brother got me this gift for my birthday, and it didn't work, so we exchanged it for kind of like the same toy, but a different like version of that same toy we returned, and it still didn't work. And I felt really bad that that I got this toy twice and it did not work like the instructions said. So this is a story just to teach you guys, when you're shopping for presents for your kids and you buy them a toy and it doesn't work, be careful when you're buying that same toy that doesn't work, because you can't always rely on it, because sometimes, but you never know, sometimes the toy will work when you exchange it for a new one of the same toy, or sometimes the toy doesn't work when you exchange it for the same one as a new toy, the new toy that's the same toy. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So anyway, you just can't always rely on it. And if it doesn't work twice, then if you buy the same toy twice and it doesn't work, then just return it and get a different toy for your kid. You can't always rely on the same toy, but sometimes you may get a dud. You just never know. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. My bad. I moved the camera. So funny story, I made this clip before, but unfortunately it didn't, I kept moving out of the frame of the camera that you guys could not really see me while I was talking. So I'm going to get started right now. And retell the whole story. So this all started, I think, I don't remember how many years ago this was, but I know I was turning 9 at the time. My brother gave me a present for my birthday, and it was this cute toy. He found it, I think at Toys R Us or something, with my mom, and they went shopping for my birthday, and they got me this adorable toy. They got me this adorable toy, and it was called like a Wigglies or something. It was like a teardrop shape. It had feet and it had really big red eyes. It was super cute. It was pink, and pink is my favorite color. Yeah, it was pink. So it was cute, and it was pink, and it had like a purple bow, and it had like cow feet or something, like hooves on it. So it was pretty interesting, and it was a really cute toy. So my parents were reading me the instructions after they put the batteries in, because I don't think this toy included batteries. And so what we did was we were following the directions. We tickled the foot like it said in the directions, and its eyes were supposed to light up, and it was supposed to vibrate, shake, and laugh. We tried that, didn't work. So we tried to see if we screwed the batteries in wrong, but that didn't work. So then when we checked the batteries, they were screwed in correctly. So we turned it back. So after we checked the batteries, we put the cover back on, tried it again, didn't work. We checked to see if it was turned on. It was. Tried following all the directions that we were supposed to do with the toy, and it still didn't work. So we thought that this toy, we got like a dud of that toy. So my mom decided to return it to the store, and then she exchanged it for a new one. And then they got me a new one, and it was like a cow. It was the same toy, but it had the prints of a cow on it. And so we decided to try this one out to see if the one we originally got was just broken. So we put batteries in like it said, and then we followed the same instructions that we got with the original toy, like to tickle the foot, and it was supposed to laugh and the eyes were supposed to light up. So we tried that, didn't work. And then we tried to look to see if the batteries were screwed in wrong. They weren't screwed in wrong. And then we tried turning it on and off, and then we tried turning it on, didn't work. And then my parents were kind of disappointed that the toy did not work, and they had exchanged it for a new one. And my stepdad thought that this wasn't a very good toy. So my brother, my stepdad, and my mom both apologized to me for the toy buying me the same toy twice for my birthday, and it didn't work. But I told them it's okay, at least we tried it. So I was happy I got to try it out, but I was kind of disappointed that this toy didn't work. So we exchanged it, and my mom took me to Toys R Us, and she picked something out. She and my brother helped me pick something out, and we just never bought me that toy again, which I was happy about it because we got it twice and it just didn't work, and it was a waste of my parents' money. So I'm really glad that we never bought that toy again. I think after that, it ended up not getting sold. I think after a couple complaints of it not actually working, we were glad we never bought it again. Again, because it was just a waste of my parents' money for them buying it twice and then having to return it twice. It was a lot of work for my parents to get me that toy, but I was still glad they got it for me because I was glad I got to try it out despite the fact I was disappointed it didn't work. But we ended up getting me something else instead of that same toy because we didn't want to have to waste our money on that toy that just didn't work. So the moral of the story is when you're buying toys for your kids, you won't know if they work until you test them out with the kid, but sometimes not all toys will work right away. So you can always exchange it for the same toy to see if you just got a dud, but you have to be careful because you may be wasting your money on something that doesn't work. So if it doesn't work twice, don't buy it again. So that was the story about the time I got the same toy for my birthday and it didn't work. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. Sometimes when you buy the same toy, it's not always going to work like you expect it, or if you hold on a minute, this isn't working. So the moral of the story is when you're buying presents for kids and the toy doesn't work, you have to be careful if you're planning on buying the same toy because it may end up working, it may not end up working, or it's just good to just try once, but then if it doesn't work, just don't keep rebuying the toy because you're wasting your money on something that's not working. But if you're able to, you can return the toy if it doesn't work, but just be careful when you're buying something when it doesn't work the first time or exchanging it for a new one. Who knows? It may work, it may not. And sometimes that it works and sometimes it doesn't. You just never know until you try. So that was the story about how I got the same toy twice for my birthday. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Thank you so much for watching. That's the story about how I got the same toy twice for my birthday, but it didn't work. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'll see you in another video soon.